What's up, gamers? This is Void of Dust Gaming, and I'm bringing you another Arum Jungler video today. This video, in brief, will show you how to manage teamfights with Arum, how to utilize her ult, which keeps people in their place, and it also shows you a bit how to deal with AFK people, as we will have two different people AFKing around during the game. And I would say, without any further ado, let's check out the gameplay. Let's check out the first minutes and what am I going to use as Arum in the jungle. So there we go. At first, of course, I'm taking my one. Your one is your bread and butter. This is your main source of damage, and it's also the most sustaining source of damage, as your one will keep damaging as soon as those bluish lion heads hit the enemy. And as we can see, people are trying to get the buff here. My team is, I don't know if they haven't played with a jungler yet, but they are minimizing my efforts when they accompany me. So as you can see, the butterfly is at the blue buff at the moment. I have been taking the red buff because while I am really mana hungry, I still need to basically get red, because on the top you can see that the Spirit Sentinel is going to spawn in 43 seconds. And I always like to spawn on the other side of the lane so that I can get the Spirit Sentinel as soon as I cleared the whole jungle. And at this moment, so we have around 1 minute and 30, we are realizing, or I'm realizing, that Valheim hasn't made it into the game. It might be that he has been disconnected from the beginning. Maybe his connection wasn't that good. So I tell my friend Valheim to follow me. As you can see here, the butterfly overextends. But even with an AFK dude, like this is basically the Vigilante is a bot at the moment. He has been able to put up the kill, and we are zoning Irie at the moment, as I'm trying to hit my 2. I'm trying to get my 2 on Irie, because that will basically just kill her. I need 2 bounces, but unfortunately she has this stupid dash. But here, perfect combination of Valheim's ability to stun her and then my ability hits her, and Valheim is able to pick up that kill again. So I am going into their jungle. As we are on top lane, the wave is pushed. We cannot do anything because the other wave comes back, and stupid enough, Kali sees Valheim. The Arthur comes to us. Good reaction. I didn't ult. I should have ulted here. I should have used my 2 in order to get their red buff, but neither did I, so Arthur is able to get 2 kills, and that's completely deserved. Like, good job, Arthur. You did the right thing. At first, as you can see, at first he took Valheim out, because Valheim obviously does more damage than I, especially from afar. Like, I would say my 1 does loads of damage if Arthur stays. But in the end, I would have done the same. At first, kill the ADC and then deal with the slowish tank, because I don't have any escape mechanism. As you can see, I'm usually a bit faster as soon as I hit my 1. That gets a small speed boost for me, and my 2 does that as well. But obviously, I'm not a Tulin, I'm not a L'Oreal, I'm not one of those mages with built-in escape mechanisms. So I rely on my 1, I rely on my 2, and I rely on the damage that I do and the sustain that I get from my lions. That is how Arum is played. So Not a big deal here. I think that Vera has become stronger through the new patch. Like, I haven't seen it in the patch notes, but I think that she does more damage than she did before. Like, that's just my feeling. But she doesn't do enough damage to basically threaten me. And here's another nice example. Don't walk just straight back if Arum hits you with her 2. Because you will get not 2 times damage, but 3 times if every single line hits. And especially if you walk out, you have the perfect angle to trigger every one of these small AoE effects that the 2 generates. So what we do at this point is basically I farm up. It's always quite important to be farmed, to be ahead of the enemy jungler. So that's what I do here. I secure my, my blue buff with my frostbite. And then I'm going to chase Ari. And here I try to slow Arthur so he's not able to get to our Talonus. And basically we are behind 1 kill, but it doesn't feel like it. And my slow here also helps to kind of manage the situation. I have been waiting for the Valheim to come back so that we are not playing against lower numbers. And because they were able to just get close to their tower again. But here I'm able to hit their Kali really bad with my 2. It's always quite nice to bomb that under the tower because they feel quite safe there. So what I do is like to poke them, and it's not a poke, it's kind of ripping at least 1/3 of their health away. I see that Spirit Sentinel is up. I see that the wave is pushed and my team is able to get their tower. So I do what I have to do. I jungle and I get to the Spirit Sentinel to put my team, or give my team a bit gold back. Abyssal Dragon is up, so we could go for Abyssal Dragon, but as our wave is almost at the tower, we decide to go for that tower. Pretty nice situation here, as we are, I think we are ahead in terms of gold and objectives. So we managed to pull that off. I'm able to secure that kill here, but with Valheim and Talonus, that wasn't a big deal. So basically I was stealing that kill that away from them. And while we are managing that, I'm stealing stuff from the enemy jungle. Like, I always try to be as sneaky and as thievy as I can. Arthur comes here, but as you can see, he's not really a match. Like, look at that. And now they think that they can fight me with 2 people, but then I get Ari and I get her. I don't know how that happened. It looked like a glitch, but then I'm able to keep 2 people in the fight, and I'm able to secure 1 kill, and my team finishes off the Arthur as well. So this is a good time to get the Abyssal Dragon. We are ahead in the game. We are up. 3 of them of the enemy team are dead. So that's what we do. We get the Abyssal Dragon. We secure that gold and that experience for our team. So always look for a nice opportunity to trade, which means if the enemy is, for example, as you can see, Vera trying to sneak through top towers and get more top towers, what do? We get an objective, we get Abyssal Dragon, we punish them for doing that. And here, as you have seen, it is almost half of her life. Like, that's really, really, really stupid. I mean that too. So I was killed here, but I was able to get Arthur out of the game, so he's not able to run through our back ranks because our backline is pretty squishy, containing of 3 different ADCs and Butterfly. And as you see, Butterfly is not that tanky at the moment. In fact, I think she's not tanky at all. And she I mean, yeah, she secured that tower. That was pretty good, but in the end, she wasn't a match for Vera at this point. I mean, her health was just too low, and Vera drags herself in a bad position. I ult her, so she's not able to run away, and there we go. 5-2-4. Pretty nice, pretty much ahead in the game, and basically we could have just finished the game in a few minutes. But unfortunately, we were not able to. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's not a spoiler. I mean, you've seen how long this video is going to take. So you are pretty aware of the fact that this is not going to be end soon. Over soon. Over soon. We picked a fight here. Yorn was just too cocky. And here you go. I wanted to go in, I reeled Arthur in, I nearly died because my team is doing so much damage. You always have to be careful with Arum if you are low in health. Your ult might not just be the thing that kills the enemy, but in this part of the game, I just wanted them to be safe because Arthur is just too risky as soon as he lands his hits, and then he's got this sword on 2 where he has these swords flying around him. I didn't want to risk it. But here's another mistake I made. I'm just too low on health for Darkslayer. At the moment, I am basically getting the full damage from the Darkslayer. Ivy comes in, secures that kill, and she's able to finish off Butterfly as well. Butterfly as well as our Valheim, while Telenas was pretty smart, flashing away, using her flicker, and not being killed. Don't know what Elsu does there. I think that Elsu was basically playing a game by himself. Like, most of the times we're playing 4 versus 4 or 3 versus 3, so it doesn't matter that much. But then here, what's Elsu doing? Like, he's just chilling around. I don't even know how he managed to get 1 kill. Like, it could be that he had connection issues as well, because now he's standing for 30 seconds on that point. Don't know what's going on there, but it's just unfortunate. I reeled Vera in as she was doing quite a lot of damage. Instead of focusing on Arthur, my team deals with them quite well. So I felt this was the right move to make. And yeah, as you see that Darkslayer move, that the enemy team got the Darkslayer nearly killed us. Like, they really were really close to win the game. My dog is barking at the moment, which is quite annoying. I don't know if you can hear that on the video as well, but yeah, he's always annoyed by things. So we are behind at this point. Like, we are ahead in kills, but we are behind in terms of towers at the moment, as they were able to sneak through one of our tier 3 turrets. But then they make the mistake of just waiting too long here. And then, yeah, this was a really bad position too. But then Ari is not really a match for me. Like, she doesn't do enough damage to really threaten me. I mean, look at that. Like, it's not, I cannot even tell that she was doing damage. So there we go, Elsu again. He's just basically jumping around, not doing any damage. I mean, I've seen videos of Elsu being quite potent, so I think that this hero is really, really good at the moment. He might be nerfed. I don't think that he will receive a buff, because as I've seen in Korean pro play, he's really, really good, really overpowered, but then Elsu is not really contributing anything to the team. So here I thought I might go down as well, but then my sustain was enough to keep me in the game. So we gained the Dark Blessing buff. I just wanted to go to their jungle. Like, I didn't want to participate in any fights because I didn't want to be like the first target, and I really want to use my ult to the fullest. So I decided to go to the jungle and just let me get some life back by using my passive on these jungle creeps, which worked quite well. As you can see, I'm full again, and I was down to 2 health bars. And I really think that we should have stressed, like I try to stress this, to attack that tower. So I was basically baiting the tower shots. Kali is not doing enough damage. So what do? I go back to their jungle. I make sure that they will not get any jungle creeps, that they are not getting the buffs. And that buff is even quite nice because it basically just helps me to secure even more damage. So everyone is basically going back at this point. So I wanted to put more pressure on their main tower, which did not work because my team just backed off. Might have been a smart move as they're back in the game. The only person who's out is their Aerie. And I just continue farming. Like, I really want my abilities to be at full stack. So I need another 3 stacks for my jungle item, another 2 stacks now. And I really wanted more gold just to have more items. And this is a pretty bad positioning from their Yorn, like he didn't pay attention. He's able to shut down our Valheim, but he did not pay attention, and I was just able to get behind him and kill him. So right now Elsu is doing finally something. He's getting our tower damage, like they managed to damage our tower, but he's able to minimize the damage to our main tower, which he doesn't do now, and he is going to be AFK soonish. So that's like the second person. In terms of if you ever manage to have a AFK person, and it might be on purpose or it might not be on purpose, so there are lags, like I do have lags even in my home if I'm playing with Wi-Fi. So if you have someone and the game is asking you if you want to have them with you, if they should follow you or if they should stay at base, I would recommend you to always keep them with you, to tell them to follow you, because what's going to happen is at first the enemy is not aware of the fact that you're playing a 4 versus 5. That's just the point. He doesn't know it unless the other person is doing really stupid things. And that's usually not the case because bots are doing quite bad things. Like they're doing plays that you would normally not do. And from that perspective, if you keep a bot behind you, such as Valheim, the enemy is not able to spot that this is a bot and he's an AFK player at first. Like not at first glance, it could just appear during the fight, but you have someone who follows you, so you get more damage, especially with Arum. It's nice to have an AD carry with you. And the second thing is, as soon as someone is coming back because he had a connection issue, he will not be underleveled. Like he might be underleveled a bit, but he will not be underleveled by, let's say, 3 to 4 levels, because with that you're not going to get into the game ever again. Like it's not going to happen. And you have to have really good characters if you want to really carry the game. And yeah, see, that's it. So this was my Arum game with some AD carries. Valheim picked up MVP, congratulations for that. And as you will see in the stats right now, I managed to soak up 35% of the damage. That's really what you should do. You should zone people with Arum. You should use your ult to shut down people, to shut down their main damage dealers, or to shut down their tanks if you have an Arthur or something like that. And yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions concerning Arum, just write down a comment in the comments below. And thank you for watching.